Just answering questions of waptek. Hopefully I don't sneeze for the 15th time in the last 10 minutes. What sort of things baffle you about Las Vegas? Seriously, just curious. Why the hell he did it? That has got to be the biggest freaking problem with the whole thing. And the thing is, this is the reason it sticks in people's heads for years. Senseless violence doesn't make sense. Even the idea that he did this to get back at the I mean, it's hard to even say it. Him doing this because he was angry about gambling issues. Okay, so he shoots up a concert. He wanted to shoot up a concert so he could cause a lot of harm and a lot of damage. He may have even in his head thought he was just going to hurt a lot of people and maybe not kill anybody. That literally might have been something that was going through that pea brain of his. The point I'm making here is we're not going to know unless somebody digs up another set of files. He left no explanation. And the thing is, a lot of bad guys have figured out if they don't leave an explanation, it'll take longer for people to get over it. We want closure. Even people, I wasn't there, but it's going to stick in my head for years. I know exactly, well, I'm pretty sure I know why the President of the United States was shot at one time, in every case. And one successfully that everybody remembers. I'm pretty sure why something happened at the Pulse nightclub. I can't figure out Paddock. Let's get on with this. For a grossly gobbing, snotty, obnoxious, and annoying tosser that you are, waptek, you seem to possess all the knowledge and the answers. Well, thank you very much. I'm bluffing. No. What I do is, it's really simple. I'm going to use the dumbest example I can come up with. I'm going to literally come up with something out of my ass here. Think about the imagery you just went through your mind. Anyway, let's say, okay, what brand and make of bottle was this? Now, I actually buy this exact same thing every damn day. But eventually it gets damaged because I put it in the bottle holder on my bike. I can't remember, so we can guess, right? Okay. But there's a certain range of companies that use that bottle. You can look up the clear bottle. It's a specific number. You count the number of ribbings on it. Another joke in your head. You can even count the pucker factor. Okay, I'll stop. But the point is, you can look up things and narrow it down. Or you can decide that that was in a container of some sort of alcohol. If you want to make those assertions, that's fine. But then I would just say, well, I can look up every company in the area that has that bottle coming in some format by looking up all of the different alcohol companies. All of them. Do any of them use it? No. What about soft drinks? 14 of them, let's say. And then I narrow it down, and in that way I could actually reverse the process and figure out which one I bought that day. It's the same one every time. But I literally don't memorize which one it is. I just look at it's the price tag and the color, and I know which one it is. But I can't for the life of me remember the name of the company. I don't know everything. I don't have all the knowledge, nor do I possess any answers. I'm able to derive the most likely answers. If somebody presents a completely bizarre statement like, that's alcohol, and I bought alcohol and put it on my bike, and they want to make me look bad in some comment section or on some website where they're posting something by looking at the container, somebody will do that. Let's just give them, Everclear or Evian. Neither. That's all there is to it. It's actually a I can't pronounce it, that's the other thing. But I'm pretty sure that's it. But I can go ahead and do that as an experiment. I'm able to double check things. When someone makes an assertion, it's easy to tear it down because they're making a definitive statement. To avoid that, people make vague statements. So I point that out. But you can say I'm an obnoxious, annoying tosser if you want to. You didn't comment on the video, the subject matter, whether or not I was right or wrong. Nothing. Maybe you're complimenting me because you think I'm an annoying jerk, but I actually get something done. It's great. But you left it ambiguous, like I did with the joke about the pucker factor. Next. There is video proof of Bigfoot. No, there isn't. I'm one of the people who did the Zapruder films of Bigfoot. That one where he's walking across the pathway. I 3D mapped it. I'm one of many people who've done that, independently and in a group. It's a guy in a suit. I'm one of the people who did the analysis. I was ignored because it didn't get on Fox News. The people who wanted it to be Bigfoot didn't listen to me because I told them it's not friggin' Bigfoot. That's all there is. They didn't want the conclusion. They don't care what you do. They just want a conclusion that they want. Come on. Before you tell me it's fake, show me a costume that comes close to the video footage. Your assertion, and the assertion of the people who made those videos, is that they had proof, that 100% proof that that was Bigfoot. That's great. But then they said all you have to do is show it's possible for someone to fake it. So someone did. Several times now. Every other Bigfoot video you've seen has somebody been trying to do almost the same thing. This was done on film, you know that, right? And it had a round effect around it, right? You know that? Do you know which camera it was used with? Was it Hasselblad? I'm one of many people who've disproved. Anyway, I know the guy who played Bigfoot in the $6 Million Man TV show. You know him personally. All right. Show a picture with you, at least doing the standard thing everybody else does. Find somebody famous and get them to take a picture with you, right? No? Do you think they had more money in people who design costumes? Compare the two and tell me the video footage is fake. I don't know the guy you're talking about. Well, the guy I'm talking about is some Bigfoot researcher that wouldn't show his work. And as for the costume designs and such, the people who debunked this are the people who made the outfits for the movie The Planet of the Apes. What year was this? This is like that argument that we somehow had CGI back in those days, but didn't use them for movies. We only used them for moon landing. That's not special pleading, that's bullshit. But anyway, let's move on. The Wright brothers, Kitty Hawk, first flight, 19 whatever, early okay. Moon landing, July 20th, 1969. Like 60 years or something? I always just say less than 70 years. That's a good number to work with because there were actually other flights. We'd been in balloons before. How long have we had rockets? No, really. When was the first Chinese actual gunpowder-driven rocket built? How long has rocketry and ballistics, that's cannonballs and bullets, been around? Flying to the moon involves orbits. It involves propellant. How old is the technology? How high did they fly? What is a buzz bomb? Do you even paperclip? Next. Some quick damn progress. Yes, from an almost intercontinental ballistic missile to an intercontinental ballistic missile by the 1950s to putting them in a higher orbit to taking up extra fuel in another engine by doing multiple stages, which we only learned how to do a little while later, and getting out there. Yes, I know. It is quick, accelerated behavior. You're using a technology now that's an example of stuff we thought was truly sci-fi. We don't have flying cars. We have flying drones that you can get onto and steer now. Yeah, pretty fast progress from not being able to make a jetpack safe for ordinary consumption to people thinking of making autonomously controlled, or at least fly-by-wire, helicopters. We have flying cars. They're called helicopters. You can make them stable by doing fly-by-wire. It's not self-driving. Did I mention we have self-driving cars now, too? Yeah, pretty fast progress. Seems completely impossible. Yeah, I know. So did everybody in the 1919s. You know, 1915 said all of this progress is impossible. They even believed truly that you could not go faster than 60 miles an hour. And then someone broke that speed limit. I gotta say, however, when you have money, you can employ anyone you wish. It would make a difference. If they killed her entire family and they are cannibals, if they had something that work that was needed by God, they would employ them, and they would definitely not leave them loose running around, rest assured, but they would trap into what they know and give them whatever it would take. There is no end to the money They just print more coming up, and it'll be coming out of a computer already, but it was started illegally, and you can't have any sick birds giving up on info on how to do legal business from highly illegal sources. I just wish they would get this BS over so I can get back on my pain medication. I try not to complain. It doesn't help to try to explain. I like that saying, don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining, seems quite fit for the situation. With this surge in technology, it's extremely difficult to tell the original from a copy, and therein lies the problem. Is it live or is it Memorax? Most of that was one long sentence. Just saying. This is the person who always says, is it live or is it Memorax? Is it real or is it a recording? Film was given the same treatment. Film was treated as VR. On the one hand, we have people claiming there's no end of money. They could totally fake a moon landing, but they couldn't just go to the moon. Because, and in that case, when those people say that, because you can't leave Earth because the Earth is flat and God said so. Okay, well the Bible says I can't do all sorts of things, and I've probably done some of them. So have you. I don't really think it has any power. The other reasoning people use is they need to have page views on their website or YouTube channel. So in that case, is it fake or is it real news? You can say it about both sides of it. All right, alleged paddocks father, alleged bank robber, alleged hamster humper, convicted perhaps, short sentence, pulled, drag connections somewhere, liked him, odds pretty damn good, kid, Stephen Paddock, accountant, doing government contract work, good place, Las Vegas, numbers, mathematics, ciphering connections with employment, Northrop, interesting. He didn't work for Northrop. That's not really true, no. Other brother, North Hollywood alleged kid image collector, computer, who knows. We have what I would call a goofball brother. They're all goofballs, trust me. If one of them's watching, hi, how you doing? But anyway, I seen him interviewed. I mean, what the heck was a wild, weird interview, no doubt about it. Then Goofball picks up Stephen Paddock's ashes after goofy, lengthy, drawn-out autopsy, to say the least. I mean, how crazy can it get? I don't think it can get any crazier. I'll go on about that later. Anyway, obviously pretty dang crazy. Interview with Stephen Wynn by Fox News approximately 3 days after event was a winner. Wynn just screws this interview right up. I'm not commenting again. The last one he should have elaborated a little more when saying the president did very well. Really? Well, at what? Then everything that happens to Steve Wynn afterwards. Holy, I mean, come on. It was like sitting in Hawaii on 9/11. Made a cup of coffee and sat in front of the TV, starting to crumble, for lack of better words. Anyway, 30-minute half cup good Hawaiian coffee. I shake my head knowing it's a gall-dang inside job, controlled demolition, absolutely no doubt about it. 30 minutes. I didn't say a word because the people I was around probably would not have found that I would say that point in time too funny, and certainly wasn't very happy at all. The whole world, certainly New York, United States responders, their families, I knew that what was up and why. Then came TSA gropers, the Patriot Act. What the F, are you serious? Patriot Act, not for Muslims, but for citizens. Then the Smith-Mundt Act, which was in effect at the time, believe, NDA, it goes on. Anyway, counter code and check. You really don't have to be that smart to figure this out, and there are probably more people that understand that media, which of course these people own, slants everything in the direction or in favor or against. Count on the polls, the horse race fixed, you know what I'm getting, and then it goes on. Epic rant about how absolutely batshit crazy things get when things go batshit crazy, and how we respond to it. And again, at the top, we don't know what Paddock ever was going to do and what his motivations were, so it will always stick in our mind. See below the last comment. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with all that. I know I need luck with it.